Hello, grade 3. How are you? Are you okay? Today is a warm day. I like it. Not hot, just warm. Getting very near to Christmas now, aren't we? Okay, but today we're going to look at Unit 6. We're going to look at your homework from the last class. So we're going to remember what you had to do, and then we are going to check the answers. We're going to practice your 6 words from unit number 6, and then we are going to look at page number 63 in your student book, and you're going to ask and answer questions about clothes. What are people wearing? Okay, so you're going to need to look at the pictures and then tell me what a boy or a girl is wearing, but we'll look at that a bit later on. Okay, not now. So you will need today your student book, page number 63. You will need your workbook if you want to check your answers to the homework with me. So you can open the book, have a pencil, and you can check, okay? Because we are going to look at the answers from the last homework. So you will need a pencil if you want to do that, and an eraser. There is no new homework today, okay? And don't forget, if you have them, your headphones. That's it. Shall we start? Yeah? Let's go. Okay, time to remind ourselves of the 6 object words in unit number 6. You know that we're going to look at these every video. I've changed them around a little bit, so they're just out of order again. Just see if you can remember. Okay, what's this? Yes, it's a watch. Watch. How about this one? Hungry. What's this blue object that we put our food in? Lunchbox. Lunchbox. One word. Lunchbox. And what is this small gold circle that this lady is wearing on or through her ear? It's an earring. Yes, remember again, one word. Earring. Ear and ring together. Earring. Good. Next. Okay, what's this? Everyone has one of these. What is it? It's a cell phone. Don't forget, in England, where I come from, we call them mobile phones, not cell phones. But in America, they say cell phone. What's this lady wearing on her nose so she can see things better? Glasses. Plural noun, remember? One thing that we talk about like it is 2 things. So we must have that S. And here, because the word is SS, we spell it with ES on the end. Otherwise, we have SSS. That's too many S's together. So if a word, a noun, a sing-song in English is spelt and the last letters are SS, if there are 2 or more, or they are a plural noun like this, then you must write ES. Okay? And the last one. What's this thing in the door? Opens the door, locks the door. Cars, helicopters, anything that has a door really. It will lock them and it will open them. What is it? It's a key. That's right. Easy, right? Let's remind ourselves what you had to do on page 57. This was your homework, remember? This is part C. So you had to look at the objects. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Not the sandwich. The sandwich is not an object. They all have name tags, so we had to look at the name tags. Look at question number 1. So let's just remember what we had to do. You have the words whose key is it? So that's our question. Whose, cry. Whose key is it? There it is. And you have the key. Where's the key? There it is. So what's the name on the key? It's Frank. Frank is a boy. So the name is Frank. And then look at the answer for question number 1. It's Frank's key. It is Frank's key. And you had to do that with number 2, number 3, and number 4. Okay, so there we are. Yep, it says Frank's key. Now, could you look at the objects and see which object belongs to which person? That was what you had to do. So you had to finish the question and write the answer. Okay. Remember, when we look at glasses, glasses are a plural noun. That means although there is one object, we talk about them like it is two objects. So we use are they. So number 4, you want to think about the question and the answer. So number 4, part B, you have the answer there, which means they are. Okay. Think about that question though for number 4. What are you going to write? Okay, let's look at the answers to part C. We just looked at what you had to do. Now, this is in the workbook on page number 57. Okay, let's look at the answers. So, number 1. This is the picture that we need to look at. Now, number 1, we have the answer already. What's the question? Here. Whose key is it? And the answer? It's Frank's key. We can see the word Frank on the tag, on the key, so we know it is Frank's key. Next one. What's this? Well, if we read question number 2 here, we can see the word lunchbox. So what are we going to write? Lunchbox is a countable noun, remember? Nap die, and there is one, Andy owl. So we say, whose lunchbox is it? And the answer here? Can you read the name? It's Lucy's lunchbox. Yes, it's Lucy's lunchbox. Number 3, what's this? Well, let's look at question number 3. Okay, so we know it's an earring. An earring, an ear, an ear, an ear, an earring. Not a earring, no, an earring. Okay, so it's just one. We can count it. So what do we say? Whose earring is it? And the answer, whose name is that on the tag? It's Betty's earring. That's right, it's Betty's earring. And the last one, number 4. Oh, what are these? Well, let's look at question number 4. Aha. Whose glasses? So these are glasses. Glasses are a plural noun. They are one thing that we talk about like they are two things, because they have these 2 eyes and the 2 arms that go over your ears. So we don't say is it. What do we say? That's right. Whose glasses are they? And the answer? They are, which means they are. Oh, they're my glasses. They're Tom's glasses. How did you do? Did you remember whose glasses are they? Not is it. Are they? Did you remember to put apostrophe S after the names of the children? This means that you are talking about something they have. Lucy's, Betty's, Tom's glasses. Okay, great. Let's look at the next one. So here is page 57, part D. Look at the objects. They all have numbers. Here they are on the table. Look at the children. They are telling you their names. I'm Tina. I'm Mike. I'm Robin. I'm Sarah. The number next to the object is the question number. Look at the object and its number. So here we have number 1. So this is for question number 1. It's a cell phone. Find the person with the same object in the picture. So Mike has a cell phone. Write the question and answer for that person. So let's look at number 1. Whose cell phone is it? Yeah, it's Mike's cell phone. Do the same for number 2, number 3, and number 4. Don't forget number 3 are glasses. We do not use it, and we do not use it is. we use they and their. Are they? Their, beep, 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 glasses. Just something to remember. If you can't remember, you can go back and see what I said for part C. Remember, you can look at any part of this video at any time. Okay, pencil, page 57, part D in your workbook. Go, go, go. Here are the answers to part D on page 57 of your workbook. So this is the look and write part D. Question number 1. Let's look at the object. Number 1, it's a cell phone. Who has the cell phone? Mike has the cell phone. So as we can see, number 1, the question is, whose cell phone is it? And the answer is, it's Mike's cell phone. Number 2. So number 2 is the watch. Who has a watch? Right, Tina. Tina is looking at her watch. So the question will be, whose watch is it? And the answer, it's Tina's watch. Number 3. Number 3 are the glasses. Robin is wearing glasses. So the question is, whose glasses are they? We know it's Robin, so we say they are Robin's glasses. And the last one, number 4, it's an earring. Okay, so who has lost an earring? Yeah, it's Sarah. So the question is, whose earring is it? And the answer, it's Sarah's earring. Did you get them all correct? I hope so. Good job. I will see you for the next class. Until then, keep practicing, keep speaking, and I will see you next time. Bye. Okay, so we know what adjectives are. Adjectives are words that tell us about things. Now, we looked in unit number 5 at adjectives of the face, didn't we? Do you remember? Big eyes, long beard, round face. And we looked at adjectives of people. Old, young, pretty, handsome, short, tall. These are adjectives. Now, in Unit 6, we're looking at clothes, aren't we? We're looking at clothes. So we probably need to talk about colours, and colours are adjectives. So today we will talk about clothes and their colours. Remember that clothes are adjectives, like I said, just like big, small, fast, slow, fat, thin, hungry and pretty. They tell us what we can see, they tell us what we can hear, they tell us about a thing. So let's talk about that. So what do they tell us? They tell us what we can see. Remember? What we can smell. Ooh. What we can hear. What we can taste. What we can touch. What we can feel with our bodies. And how we feel. Our emotion. Alom. Happy, angry, worried, excited, tired, sad. So these are all adjectives, okay? But now we're going to look at colours with clothes. This is the work I want you to look at today. This is page 63 in your student book, page 63. This is a reading, listening and speaking exercise. So you will need to read, you'll need to listen to me, and you will need to help me ask and answer. So there are some children playing at an amusement park. You can see them. There they are, having fun. And we will ask the question, what's he or what's she wearing? So he will be a boy, won't it? Yes. And she will be a girl. So there's the question. You can read the question on the page every time. And we will answer with, he's wearing or she's wearing, and then the colour, and then the clothes item. So it might be red, could be green, could be blue, and then the object could be socks, could be a jacket, could be a dress, could be glasses. You have to look at the picture. Okay? So that's here. So there's an example. She's wearing a red t-shirt and blue jeans. So we have our adjectives. What are they? Yeah, red and blue. And we have our object, our sing hong. What are they? A t-shirt and jeans. Okay, cool. And then finally, we will say the number of that person. Okay, she's number 5. If you look at the children, there are 8 numbers. So we're going to ask the question and answer the question 8 times. Okay, shall we try? Okay, let's do it. Okay, let's do an example question first. So I'm just going to show you one, and then I hope you understand what you have to do. Okay, so look at your student book, page number 63. I want you to ask the question. You say it, okay? Are you ready? What is that person wearing? You say it now. Go. Okay, so that's our question. Now I will tell you the colour and type. Type means the style of clothing that they are wearing. He's wearing a purple t-shirt, brown shorts, and green trainers. He's wearing a purple t-shirt, brown shorts, and green trainers. So purple t-shirt, brown shorts, and green trainers. You look at the picture and tell me he's number 1. Okay, so that's the answer. Look at the picture, find the clothes that I tell you about, purple t-shirt, brown shorts, green trainers, and then you answer, พูดคำตอบ he's number 1. Okay, that's it. Okay, here's our picture. I want you to ask the question, what is that person wearing? So can you ask this question now? Can you say it? Say it, okay? What is that person wearing? Say it, go. Okay, good question. She's wearing an orange t-shirt and a green skirt. Now look at the picture. Can you see a girl wearing an orange t-shirt and a green skirt? Okay, can you tell me the number? So you're going to say she's, remember she's, she is, and then the number. Can you do it? Should we see? 3, 2, 1. Oh, look at the picture and tell me who she is. Well, I just told you to do that. So, who is it? Right, she's number 4. She's number 4. What is that person wearing? She's wearing an orange t-shirt. Does she have an orange t-shirt? Yes. And a green skirt. Green skirt? Yes. Okay, she is number 4. That's it. That's the answer. Okay, let's look at the next one. I want you to ask the question, what is that person wearing? Can you do it now? Good question. She's wearing a yellow t-shirt and a red skirt. She's wearing a yellow t-shirt and a red skirt. Look at the picture and tell me which person I just told you about. Who did I just tell you about? Okay, you know our answer. Who is it? She's number 3. She's number 3. yellow t-shirt, red skirt. Okay, next one. Okay, say the question. Okay, let's have a look. He's wearing a blue t-shirt and yellow jeans. He's wearing a blue t-shirt and yellow jeans. Look at the picture and tell me which person I just told you about. So we know it's a boy, so we say he's number, blue t-shirt and yellow jeans. He's number 7. Yes, number 7. He's number 7. What's the question? Say the question, please. Okay, what is that person wearing? She's wearing a red t-shirt and blue jeans. She's wearing a red t-shirt and blue jeans. Who is it? So it's a girl. We know it's a girl because we said she's. So the answer will be she's number... What number? Red t-shirt, blue jeans. She's number 5. Yes, she's number 5. I think you know what we're going to do now. So ask the question. Okay, what is that person wearing? He's wearing a brown jacket, blue jeans, and red sneakers. He's wearing a brown jacket, blue jeans, and red sneakers. Who is it? Who is it? Okay, we know it's a boy, so he's number... Number 6. Have a look. He's wearing a brown jacket. Yes, yes. Blue jeans and red sneakers. Okay. 2 more to go. Ask the question. Okay. What is that person wearing? She's wearing a pink dress, blue jeans, and red sneakers. She's wearing a pink dress, blue jeans, and red sneakers. Have a look at the picture. Where is this person? Can you see them? Okay, who is it? Okay, our answer, we know it's a girl, so we say she's number 2. Did you get it? Last one. Ask the question, please. Go. What is that person wearing? He's wearing a green jacket, blue shorts, white socks, and red sneakers. Who is he? He's number 8. Yes. Green jacket, blue shorts, white socks, and red sneakers. Okay, how did you do? Did you get all 8 of them? Practice, practice, practice. Remember that colours are easy, but now you must think about the colours and the names of the clothes. So you must practice jacket, you must practice shorts, you must practice socks, you must practice shoes. Okay, practice the 8 words. Okay, great. That was it. So, did you check your homework? Yeah? All good? Yeah? Sure? Well, if you've uploaded it to the Patay Udom Suksar website, I can check it too. Okay? Okay. We learned our 6 words. and we learnt to ask and answer the question about clothes. This is one to practice because I think clothes are something you talk about every day. And if you need to speak English, you probably will have to talk about clothes at some point. Okay? So please practice that. That's it. Just keep reading. Keep looking at my videos. You can watch these videos as many times as you like, remember? And I will see you in the next class. Okay, grade 3, have a very nice day. See you next time. Bye.